Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Kamtao from Amazonian Angelfish, and in today's video we are gonna go on a little hiking here with my wife. And today we're gonna be picking up some new fishes in Lake Geneva here. So join me as we go on to this adventure, guys. And also we're going to be doing an unboxing of fishes from J4 Flowerhorn. So you guys can already guess and predict what I'm going to be getting here today. So without further ado, let's get into the video, guys. Alright, let's check it out. See what it is. Oh my god. There it is, guys. This is the live delivery from J4. Alright, we're back downstairs into the fish room here. Totally unexpected box from J4. It's so strange. Like, it was shipped literally the next day. So let's go ahead and open the box here. It has been sitting outside for 30 minutes now. I am kind of worried. I went to bed. Luckily, I was done with the fish room early. Went to bed and saw the text. Oh, dang. Here he is, dude. Dang, he's a big boy, too. Holy cow. Look at him. This is some quality stuff. Man. Can't believe I got him. I know in one of my past videos I said that I was definitely going to order fish from J4, but did not expect it to be this soon. Oh man, look at him. He is looking dope. Alright, and upon further inspection in here, J4 did put one of their premium Flowerhorn food in here for the guys. So thanks, J4. I truly appreciate it. I was gonna order one, but you know, thanks for the gift. I really do appreciate it. I was just about to order some Flowerhorn food online, but you know, you beat me to it, so thank you for the gift. I truly appreciate it. All right, here's the fish. I'm gonna go ahead and open the bag, and I noticed that the bag was not flipped or anything like that, so it was just pretty much double bagged this way, which is kind of interesting. Normally I would flip this part down and you know, vice versa, but I guess this works as well. Alright, here he is. Let me go ahead and undo the rubber band here. There he is in all his glory. Dude, he's eating the food on the bottom. What? That's funny. Yeah, my first Flowerhorn of this year, guys. In the past, I've kept 2 Flowerhorn, and I grew them up hoping that they would be male and female. However, I was still a newbie back then, and I didn't know how to keep fish, so they grew up to about this size, and they did pass on me. So now that I know a little bit more about keeping fish and everything, and my level of care and experience in keeping fish, I'm more willing to travel beyond my comfort zone and go ahead and get these more exotic kind of fish here. So definitely he's hungry. These are like the leftover flakes that is on the bottom of the tank here. I just fed the angels and he definitely is pecking at it, so that means that he is pretty hungry. I've never seen fish do that before. That means that this guy is really healthy. He's definitely eating out the bottom there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let him do that and let him chill out in there. I don't care too much about the nuchal hump of the Flowerhorns or anything like that. I just care more about the coloration, and he definitely has the color that I'm looking for. Alright, so right now he is sharing this 40 breeder with the rest of the angels over here on your right hand side, as you guys can see there. This is totally unexpected, and I was expecting J4 to ship the fish out next week Monday, but it just happened that he shipped them out the day after I made the order. So very surprising, especially in this cold weather up here. I don't think any fish would have made it besides this guy. He's just an absolute beast. And yeah, very happy that he's alive and he made it well and eating already. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about the housing situation here. Yeah, so this is the tank up here. These two are still doing fine right here, and the babies are over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and later on divide this tank up and put some pairs from here into here. I think for now that is going to be his living condition for now until he gets a little bit bigger, and I might give him the whole tank or whatever, but we'll see what happens.
Ready? Where are we going?
Today we are going to do a fish swap, pretty much a fish trade, and also a guy is he wanted some of my fish, and so we're gonna be meeting up at Lake Geneva, Wisconsin here, and it's one of the more wilder things I've done on this channel here, meeting up with people. I've done that before, but driving this far out, I think it's definitely worth it, and yeah, stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so we are back home, and what I did here is pretty much attach a bubble box here to a airline tubing, and I drilled some hole right here, and this is pretty much sealed tight so the fish cannot escape. And in here I did a little rubber band here stopper so that it prevents this from going out, and this is pretty much in there, and it allows this thing to be aerated. And man, check out those fish. I was waiting super long for these guys, about a week or so. The guy and me, we just didn't have any free time, but today we had the free time, so I'm gonna go ahead and catch these guys and put them in the tank up here. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and catch the two fish right here. These are the King Kong parrots, so I'm gonna go ahead. Look at them. They are so beautiful. This is the female. And she goes. And this is the male. You notice that he's stressed out, so there's definitely discolored. Here's the male right there. Looking very nice. And in he goes. And this bucket right here is filled with methylene blue water. Me and the guy met up, and it was an hour drive for me from Milwaukee to going to Lake Geneva, and it was pretty much the middle point. I didn't want to drive 2 hours, and so didn't he. So we met up in the middle of nowhere, and we just pretty much traded fish. And the tank that you guys see behind me here, it was full of little baby angelfish, but now it's all gone. So guys, thank you for supporting me and supporting my channel, buying all my fishes here. It definitely opened up space for me to raise up new angelfishes for you guys, and also for myself as well. Without further ado, let's check out these parrots right here. These are the King Kong parrots, and I can already see that the female is pretty ready to lay eggs right now. I'm gonna clean up the tank a little bit before I can showcase you guys the true color and the true detail of these King Kong parrots right here. Alright, so the two parrot cichlids are in the 40-gallon here, and seems like the guy right there is definitely attracted to the female here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in a saucer plate here onto the side over here in case they decide to breed. Alright, so that's kind of like a nest for them to lay their eggs on. I don't want them to lay the eggs onto the tank here, just because I cannot take out the eggs here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Hopefully soon they breed. The seller did mention the tail right here, that it got burned off from the heater or something. I'm not sure what happened. It looks a little bit red, like from infection or something. It might be from the heater, it might be from an infection, who knows what happened. So I went ahead and treated him for that. So hopefully it grows back in a couple weeks or so, maybe next 2 months, because it is more of the thicker finnage on the caudal fin there. It definitely will take more time to grow back compared to one of the softer filament tail fins. this is the female here. Her mouth definitely looks better than the male's mouth. So, and here's the male's mouth. It definitely looks like a regular parrotfish's mouth. And his caudal fin there is definitely healing up. I don't see any more red mark. So the Malefics has definitely helped out. And over here, as you guys can see, is the Fireman's hybrid cichlid. He's called a Fireman. According to J4, he is a cross between a super red Texas and a golden base Flowerhorn. So can't really say that he's a Flowerhorn, can't really say that he's a super red Texas. So I'm gonna call him a hybrid fish. His name is Fireman because that's what J4 called him. So that's gonna be his name for now on, the Fireman cichlid here. And I do plan on crossing him with this parrot cichlid here, the female here. So we'll see how the babies turn out. Definitely the color on them has vanished, and she is guarding the flower pot over there. So pretty soon these two will breed, and hopefully I have some viable eggs. I am going to be feeding all the inhabitants in this 40-gallon breeder here with the blood red parrot pellets from Hikari, and hopefully that will make them color up a little bit more, because I'm breeding ornamental fish here. Even though these guys are deformed, I think that rule doesn't apply to these parrot cichlids in general, because I am still doing controlled breeding here. I am still going to breed for the best parrot cichlid of how they are supposed to look like. Now, because I'm still doing controlled and selective breeding, I think it's okay for me to breed these guys right here. Alright guys, so not even within a week of me getting these guys from the fish trade, these guys already laid eggs. So the thing with fish from abroad, especially from the Asian countries, is that they are known to be placed in a solution which makes them sterile, and that's something that I had to put into consideration. And also that these guys are hybrid cichlids, so these are cross species cichlids, and because of that, most of the time these guys are infertile, especially the male. So them already being infertile to start out with, and also them being placed in a solution to make them infertile, really lowers the chance of these being fertilized by the milt of the father. So we'll see what happens in the future here. I'm gonna go ahead and treat these guys just like any fish that I have in the fish room here. I am going to go ahead and crate the eggs here for 24 hours, allowing the milt to fertilize the eggs. They're just like humans here, and I'm not sure if I mentioned in the past, but you know, fertilization for humans, it doesn't happen right away. Just because, you know, ejaculation occurs doesn't necessarily mean that pregnancy is imminent. So it definitely does take some time for and it is a little bit bigger than what I normally would do. I would go ahead and just place a piece of egg crates on top of the saucer here, and after that I'm gonna go ahead and use the methylene blue and all that stuff, just how I normally would do with any angelfish pair that I have. And as you guys can see here, because these guys are larger fish, they do produce a bigger spawn compared to my angelfish over here. The spawn size definitely it does not match up with this spawn size right here. It's probably only like 1/10 the size of this entire spawn here. So it's different in its own ways, but at the same time it's the same too. And for the parrot cichlid here, I just want a different challenge. Really looking forward to these eggs hatching for me. I do see that there's one or two eggs in there that are already infertile. So yeah, I'm not expecting this batch to all hatch or anything like that. If anything, I'm expecting it to all fail. I do know from the previous owner, the one that raised these up, he also bought these guys from J4 Flowerhorn as well. So this pair right here, the female and the male here, is from J4 Flowerhorn, imported by them, along with the fireman's cichlid here. And what makes these guys different about the regular parrot cichlid is that the head, the forehead of it, as you guys can see there, it's not so much of a hunched, so their face isn't like pressed into their body or anything like that. So that's what makes these guys very, very beautiful in my eyes, is that they don't have that deformity. These are the King Kong parrots, not just the regular parrot cichlids. So yeah, these guys have spawned for the previous owner 3 times already. So just like any cichlids, just like any angelfish, the first 3 times is usually not fertile, because the male does take a lot longer for them to become fertile, and I would expect the same thing for any fish in general. I also noticed that the eggs here that you guys see are pretty large. They are about 3 times the size of regular angelfish eggs. So I'm expecting the babies to be a lot bigger than the angelfish babies here. I just want to note that down on this video here. Definitely larger species will produce larger eggs. So definitely these eggs are 3 times the size of regular angelfish eggs here. Alright guys, so I went ahead and crated the eggs here. So pretty much I just pieced together some leftover egg crates here using a zip tie. You don't have to use a zip tie just because I don't have the proper equipment of that size, and I just went ahead and recycled it. As you can see on the very bottom there, between the pan and the egg crate are the eggs there. And what this does is that the egg crate prevents the parent from eating the eggs. They are able to see the eggs and everything, but they are not able to get to the eggs. So that teaches them, just like angelfishes, not to eat their eggs, you know, because sometimes they freak out and they go ahead and eat the eggs. However, the female is coming back, checking it out. She's like, what is this weird apparatus? But yeah, that's what this is for. It's for teaching the parents not to eat the eggs, and at the same time allowing the eggs in here to become fertilized with the milk inside of the saucer pan here. And well, I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out, but we definitely will give it a couple days. I have a pretty big feeling that these guys are not going to be fertile. However, we'll see what happens, you know. If these guys are fertilized, it'll be great to have King Kong parrots that are bred within the United States and not placed within any of the sterile fluid or solution that they are placed in from Asian countries, because obviously they don't want us to breed their fish. So that's the reason why they do that, to eliminate any potential breeders in the United States of breeding these guys. So definitely a challenge for me, and that is what I'm up with. Even if there's only 1 or 2 in there that are fertile, those babies definitely would be fertile, and them not being placed within the sterile fluid or solution, those babies will definitely make more babies that are not sterile. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. It's really rare to see King Kong parrots within the United States that are fertile, so maybe these will be the first few batches that are fertile within the United States. Just fingers crossed. But we'll see what happens, guys. Alright, now that they've settled in a little bit here, the female is checking out the egg site here, and she definitely is still fanning the eggs from atop here. So definitely she is still taking care of the eggs here, and same with the male, he's like checking out the place here. So I think it's a pretty cool apparatus where we can apply to multiple different species of egg laying for the cichlids, and you know, it's definitely a technique that can be used with any species here, not just angelfishes with a crate or anything like that. Oh dang, she's really moving that boulder. Okay, I think I have to secure that to the corner there so that it doesn't so it's not moved or anything. Let's see how she does with the smaller one. These are just random rocks that I found outside. Okay, I will have to definitely move those out of the way. Alright, so I took out the stones, and placed the stone within a small ceramic flowering pot right there. Pushed it all the way to the corner there to prevent any movements from the female or the male. So pardon me guys, I am still experimenting with my technique here. So we'll see what happens. I think I might have to come up with a different apparatus, maybe a bigger egg crate that is it's more sturdy or something. I don't know, we'll see what happens. A couple minutes later and the male and female is definitely checking out the spot here, and it seems like the clay pot is working pretty good. They are trying to move it, but it's not moving at all, so I think that's great. The male is definitely fanning the eggs along with the female here, so definitely a lot of water movements here to prevent any fungus from happening. That's great. So I'm really looking forward to these guys. You guys just don't know. Super happy to have a breeding pair. Usually when they are shipped out to the United States, they kind of know the sex of the fish already, because the fish are a pretty large fish, and you can kind of tell which one's the dominant ones, and usually those are the males that get shipped over to the United States. And these fish were bought at a very tiny stage, and this must be a mistake or something, but the pair here, they just happen to be a male and a female, and the previous owner grew them up for like a year or so, and then they became mature. And pairs like this are very hard to come by because we kind of know who's male and who's female, and for sure the Asian country, they will just send over the males, and very rare that you would see females. I'm very excited, and I'm also very grateful that this has happened here, that she turned out to be a female, so I got a breeding pair here. So alright guys, it's been 24 hours and I'm very excited. Alright, let's go ahead and get the lid open here. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the rest of the stuff here. Hopefully I do not get attacked by him. Ouch! Oh, he attacked me. He got my little pinky. I'm just very glad that they don't have sharp teeth yet. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Hey, I'm kind of scared of him. Okay, I'll just, ouch! Oh, God! Hey, get away. Hey. Ouch! Ooh, that kind of hurt it. Yeah, I'm okay. The fishes are attacking me, and they have the right reason to be mad at me. Okay, I gotta get all the scuds off of here. They're attacking the clay pot too. You guys hear that? His teeth just went up against it. Alright, this should be enough washing. As you guys can see, here are the eggs, and some of them has fungused, so I'm gonna go ahead and place them in here like so. Alright, and I will clamp it down later. But yeah, those are the eggs. Very excited to see these guys being in here and not being fungused. Dang, they bit my hand. 48 hours in, and this is how the eggs look like after the discovery. Now, I don't know the exact time of when these guys were laid or fertilized, but so far so good, because these guys are such large eggs. I kind of want to document here on the video how long it takes to have them develop and into hatching whaler stage. Alright, so this is the 72-hour mark here, and this is how the eggs look like. In the morning at the 60-hour mark, the eggs did not look so good, so I went ahead and removed all of the white ones, and 12 hours later some more white one is produced here, as you guys can see. So yeah, this is a 72-hour mark here, and doesn't seem like there's any hatching or anything like that going on. The eggs aren't darkening up or anything like that, so I think it might definitely need a little bit more time than the normal angelfish eggs, because around this time right now, the eggs would start darkening up, and I will definitely see that, you know, I can see the babies and their eyeballs and everything in there. 96 hours in, and this is how the eggs look like. And again, in the morning I went ahead and got rid of all the white fungus eggs, and as you guys can see here, there's definitely a lot of bald patches in this batch right here. And if I shine a light to it, you can barely see the faintest black inside of the eggs there. So definitely these guys are developing within the eggs here. If they are not, they would have already fungus by this stage right now. Because this is a hybrid of multiple species here, we can only predict of how long these eggs are going to take to mature, but you know, we never know. This is my first time breeding the parrot cichlids here, and not much information is on here, so we definitely will have to patiently wait. Alright, and I just want to let you guys know that every time when I do take out all of the fungus eggs, I make sure that there's very little to none eggs that are fungused here. But definitely every time that I do remove the white eggs, they do start to fungus up again. 120 hours in, guys. That's 5 days time of initial discovery of this batch here. And every time that I showcase this batch, it's getting balder and balder, like my head. And I'm really starting to lose hope for both of them. And man, this really is a new challenge for me. I've never had eggs for 5 days here, 120 hours here. Definitely very, very long, and it has taught me patience and patience more here. Every time I walk into the fish room, I would be holding my breath, hoping that none of these all fungus up or anything like that, and also holding my breath to see if there's any wigglers in here. And so far there's no wigglers. Honestly, I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. 150 hours into this batch here, and this is how it looks like, guys. I think I'm gonna pull the slate. I'm gonna give up, because there's so little in there that I don't think they're gonna survive at all. There's only a handful of them in there that looks good. I don't think I want to work with this batch. Maybe I'll do something different next time. If I'm just doing the same thing, I'm probably going to be expecting the same results. Alright guys, that's it for this video here. Thanks for watching my video all the way to the very end here. I truly appreciate it. And an update for the eggs here. I did wait 2 more days, and the eggs didn't go so well. They all fungus, they all went white. And there's 2 school of thought for this one here. I went with the first school of thought that, you know, you got to remove all of the fungus eggs to prevent any of the eggs from the batch from getting more fungused on. And I went with that school of thought, and you know, it didn't work out. So another school of thought is just leave the eggs as it is, let the fungus do its own thing. By removing the fungus egg, you unintentionally break the egg open and release all of the fungus that is enclosed within the eggshell. And because you're doing that, you're pretty much spreading the fungus all over, bits by bits, to the healthy fertilized eggs, and those eggs will, you know, inevitably become fungus. And that's the second school of thought here for egg care. I think for the next time that the parrot cichlid do spawn, I'm gonna go with the second school of thought, just to leave them as is. You know, that's usually what I do for my angelfish. I just want to experiment a little bit to see how far and how long these eggs are going to last. If you guys are new to the channel here, go ahead and subscribe. If you guys are interested in the King Kong parrot cichlids breeding program, I highly suggest you guys subscribe to my channel. I definitely will showcase these guys to you guys in my next and upcoming videos here, along with the fireman cichlid here. So once again, all these fish that are showcased in this video here are imported from J4 Flowerhorn. And J4 Flowerhorn, if you guys are watching this, thank you for supplying all of us with very high quality fish here that you guys import from overseas. I truly appreciate it. I know that I'm an angelfish guy. I know that this channel is a channel mainly about angelfish, but you know, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here. I do want a little bit of a challenge, and I guess this is the challenge that I've been waiting for here. And in the future, I definitely will showcase you guys how I breed these guys, if they are successful or if they are not. So this is like legit real life stuff that goes on in the fish room here. Not everything is successful. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.